Have you ever walked away from a sales conversation knowing the buyer liked you but didn't choose you? They ghost you, and at some point you thought, I don't even know how to say everything I do without overwhelming them. The truth is, buyers don't hesitate because they don't want to buy. They hesitate because their nervous system doesn't feel safe yet. Look, I've spent over 2 decades training top performing sales professionals and studying how humans actually make decisions under pressure. And here's what I've learned. Buyers don't say yes until 4 psychological needs are met. Even one of these 4 are missing, the buyer will hesitate, stall, price shop, or disappear. So today, I'm going to show you how these 4 needs work, and I promise you, once you see this, you'll never sell the same way again. Let me tell you where this clicked for me. So back in 2008, when the economy collapsed, housing sales were getting crushed. And I remember calling my dad. My dad has owned a small jewelry store in Plano, Texas for the last 47 years. So I'm thinking, if anyone is getting destroyed right now, it's gotta be the jewelry business. So I asked my dad, hey dad, how's business? And without hesitation, he said, sales are up 20%. And I was like, how is that even possible? People are losing their jobs. The market is crashing. Nobody's buying anything, especially not diamonds and gold bracelets. And that day, my dad said something to me that I've never been able to forget. Son, people are still buying. The only question is, from whom? That sentence changed my life, because I realized buyers don't stop buying in hard times. They stop buying from people who make them feel uncertain. And in a fearful market, certainty becomes the product. And that's when I started studying what actually drives a decision. Not tactics, not pressure, not overcoming objections, not some silly coupon or incentive, but the psychology underneath hesitation. And what I discovered is very simple. Buyers don't buy products, they buy permission. Permission to move forward, permission to choose, permission to change and to say yes. But permission isn't granted all at once. It's earned through 4 psychological steps in order. You see, if you remove any of those 4, the buyer won't object, they'll hesitate, they'll stall, and they're going to look elsewhere. Not because they don't want to buy from you, but because something inside of them doesn't feel complete. See, this is also the exact framework I teach inside of the 5-4-3 Factor Conversion Challenge, a 5-day, 1 hour a day live experience where we will rewire how you lead buyers to decisions. You'll learn the mindset, the process, and the language that stops the chase. It stops the discounting and the silly coupons and replaces pressure with certainty. So if you're ready to stop guessing and start leading, click the link below and join us. Now, let's walk through it right now. Pillar number 1 is certainty. So whenever a buyer says, I'm confused, I need to think about it, I'm not sure what I really need, it's because they lack certainty. And here's the real issue that you must write down. They don't clearly understand their own problem yet. Confused people don't buy. Uncertain people wait. So your job is to name the chaos in their head before they can articulate it. So instead of explaining what you do, you start here. Mr. Customer, before I show you anything, can I make sure I understand what problem you're trying to really solve? Then you listen, not for logic, but for emotion, for the meaning behind the problem. And then you reflect back. You help them realize that what they're really trying to solve is the fear, is the frustration, is the uncertainty that they're really experiencing. See, certainty is created when the buyer thinks, this person, this sales professional understands my situation better than I do. All right, pillar number 2 is safety. See, safety is what disarms the guarded buyer, the one who won't open up, who's polite but distant. See, the root problem is the buyer feels psychologically threatened or judged. Buyers don't resist products, they resist feeling trapped, judged, or manipulated. So if you remove the threat of the sale early by saying, hey, just so you know, my job today isn't to convince you to do anything. It's to help you get clear. It's to help you achieve resolution, even if that means you decide to not move forward with us. See, sales warriors, then you normalize their fear. You would say, if you weren't hesitant about this, that would actually worry me. Now, fear becomes intelligence instead of resistance. See, safety is created when the buyer thinks, I won't be punished for telling them the truth, or I won't be manipulated or conned, or my words aren't going to be used against me. No one wants to feel like that. So before we go any further, I want to make this very practical and tactical for you. So I put together a free tool that you can use before your very next sales conversation to help you create certainty and safety for your buyer. So click the link and download the Pressure versus Purpose 5-minute identity reset. It includes a simple 3-question pre-call reset to eliminate pressure before it shows up. It's a 4-step framework for handling the I need to think about it objection. So download it now, then come back, because once your identity is aligned, everything else lands differently. All right, pillar number 3 is trust. So without trust, buyers might like you, but they won't choose you. They'll price shop and compare you to your competition, because deep down, the buyer doesn't believe you would protect them if it wasn't convenient for you. See, trust means alignment. Before we move forward, we need to confirm we're aiming at the same outcome. So you create trust by saying the hard things first. Hey, Mr. Customer, I want to be upfront that we're not the cheapest option, and we're not right for everyone. See, this creates immediate, instant credibility. Then you draw a line in the sand by saying, some people want the lowest price, others want the least regret. Neither is wrong, but they're very different paths. See, now you're not pressuring them, but you're becoming a purpose-driven sales warrior. See, trust is created when the buyer thinks, this person would protect me even if it costs them. All right, pillar number 4, resolution. If buyers are stalling, ghosting, and always answering with, I need to think about it, it means they haven't seen what resolution looks like yet. And the truth is very simple. The buyer hasn't reached internal peace with a yes or a no. See, people don't ghost when they have resolution from you. They ghost you when they feel unfinished, and they also believe that you have taken them as far as you can go. So surface the real obstacle early. You would say, hey, what do you already feel hesitant about even before we go further? Then you don't defeat objections, you outgrow them, you reframe them. You would say, hey, earlier you said this was a concern. Now that you've seen this, how does that feel in comparison? And then you close with identity, not pressure. Everything we talked about, does moving forward feel aligned with who you're trying to become, or would waiting feel more aligned? See, resolution is created when the buyer thinks, I'm choosing this, not being manipulated to do this. See, here's what I want you to understand right now. Big companies can outspend you, out-advertise you, out-discount you, but they will never beat you at creating certainty, safety, trust, and resolution unless you abandon that mission and that responsibility from being the best version of you. And that's exactly why I teach this framework inside the 5-4-3 Factor Conversion Challenge. So if you're done guessing what to say and want to become the market instead of chasing it, click the link below and join us. And if this video helped you, subscribe to the channel, because everything we do here is about engineering belief and identity before behavior. This is Jason Forrest. Push yourself to become a better version of you.